Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman. I'm showing my wife Jen Inglourious Basterds for the very first time. We did a poll on Patreon, Tarantino movies won. We did another poll to see which Tarantino movies everyone wanted us to see, and Inglourious Basterds was up there, so we want to make sure we watch that. I don't want to really give anything out. We still don't have internet, but I do have it on Blu-ray, so just watching some of the sequences like on the menu screen, Jen's already having kind of an idea of what's kind of going on. Luckily, I don't really see any big spoilers, but we can obviously see that Hitler's in there, but other than that, I'll probably keep everything down to a minimum and just let this one be a genuine experience. Unless, of course, you already know something or some stuff about this movie. And if you do, or if you don't, I guess too, how are you feeling about going into it?
No, I didn't know anything about this movie. I actually had to ask Holden what the title meant. I know that it's about, or Hitler's at least involved in it. I noticed the guy from The Strain, the German guy. I saw Brad Pitt. Didn't know he was gonna be in this. Other than that, I don't really know what the core storyline is. Really going into it completely blind.
And let's go ahead and get into the comment of the day. Today's comment of the day comes from the previous Tarantino movie we did, which was Django Unchained. This comes from Ryan Barnes, who says, Jen, that's the same actor from the beginning. A lot of old, low-budget spaghetti westerns had people playing multiple roles, kind of a callback to that. Because when we watched Django, Jen was like, isn't that guy at the end the same guy that died at the beginning? And I didn't think it was, because that's not a common practice today, but that is very true. It was Harry... It is William Remar who played Dexter's dad. That's what I know him from. Also from The Warriors. Warriors, come out to play. He was in that movie too, so it's another classic actually we should probably watch at some point. So that was true, so thank you so much for letting us know that. I'm glad that Django Unchained and our review and our reaction got as positive reviews as it did. I always get a little nervous whenever we talk about anything that could be potentially divisive and anything that has to do with any type of race. So I'm glad that we were all able to watch that and enjoy it, and you know, so far.
Since we're already determined to condone child abuse, so we don't need it.
Yeah, people thought that we were condoning child abuse in Moon Knight. Anyway, so I'm glad that that did not happen. You know, it's an interesting feeling to have to be super particular about your words so that there's not even any room for the perception of anything. I'm glad that most of you guys are grown up enough that we could talk about these things. Because I like going into some of these heavier themed type of movies where there's a little bit more meat to the content. And don't get me wrong, I love doing our more fun stuff, and we still have a lot of fun, but I'm glad that we can kind of break away sometimes. And I think that this will probably fit into that, well, you know, it's Tarantino, that type of category as well. Anyways, I'll stop talking. I'm excited to watch this one, so let's go ahead and get into it. Inglourious Basterds. What
was Tarantino's last film?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, as of now. Uh-oh. Deal with this crap again.
Why does this man look like he knows he's gonna die?
Je suis le colonel SS Hans Landa.
Que puis-je faire pour vous?
Vos filles sont toutes plus jolies les unes que les autres.
It's so uncomfortable.
I know. He drinks milk like I do.
Votre famille et à vos vaches.
I love rumors.
The Dreyfuses had made their way into Spain.
Oh, crap.
But you're aware of what they call me. Yeah, they call you the Junta.
Precisely.
He's grossly charming.
Yeah, his presence is eerie, even though he's not technically doing anything to warrant that.
You would never imagine them to be polite and...
If a rat were to scamper through your front door right now, would you greet it with hostility?
Has a rat ever done anything to you to create this animosity you feel toward them?
You don't really know why you don't like them. All you know is you find them repulsive.
I'm waiting for the moment where he knew the entire time.
That is unless you have something to tell me that makes the conducting of a search unnecessary. I might add, that reward will be your family will cease to be harassed in any way, whether German military.
Yes.
That's why he switched from French to English, even though he spoke it so fluently.
Je vous remercie pour le lait. Je vous remercie pour le temps que vous m'avez rendu à votre famille.
Oh my gosh.
Donc, adieu.
fantastic.
My name is Lieutenant Aldo Rain, and I'm putting together a special team. Once we're in enemy territory,
BJ Novak.
there's a bushwhacking guerrilla army, soldiers of a Jew-hating, mass-murdering maniac, and they need to be destroyed. And through our cruelty, they will know who we are. Sound good? Yes, sir!
Nein, 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 nein! Was alles soll ich Bärenjuden nennt?
Bärjuden.
Das ist doch Soldaten.
Ugh. Yeah. I want me my scalps. Oh yeah, that's the guy
Played
from
the
the Strain.
German on the
Yeah,
Strain.
I recognize him.
He killed 13...
Is that Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't expect me to divulge information that would put German lives in danger.
That's where you're wrong, because that's exactly what I expect.
Yes.
He's gonna take that big bat of his, and beat your ass to death with it, and take your wiener schnitzel they can finger and point out on this.
You. And your Jew dogs!
See, we're all tickled to hear you say that. Guy's German here wants to die for country. Oblige him.
Oblige him. We're just tickled to hear you say that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's actually worse for those two guys because they're watching what's
I
going to
know.
happen to them.
Of course he's got. Oh.
Zeig uns auf der Karte, wo die deutsche Stellung ist.
Spread the word through the ranks what's gonna happen to every Nazi we find.
Nazi.
We like our Nazis in uniforms. That way you can spot them, just like that. You take off that uniform, ain't nobody gonna know you's a Nazi. So I'm gonna give you this something you can't take off.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, we thought so. We don't like that. Shosanna. Charlie Chaplin.
J'adore votre cinéma.
I like how this guy almost took down the Avengers. Pretty much did, actually.
Manuel Mimieux. C'était très joli, non? C'était un plaisir de discuter avec une consoeur cinéphile.
German guy who likes a Jewish girl. Relatable. I have German ancestry and she's Jewish, so makes for some pretty interesting and borderline anti-Semitic roleplay, but just kidding, just joking around. Is that too much?
No.
Okay, good.
Weird that it's not, though.
Yeah. We're married now, so it's fine.
D'être amical.
Je ne souhaite pas être votre ami.
It's like when we work together.
That is
I'm
not
just kidding,
true.
I'm just joking. That one was a joke.
Don't act like an infant.
Je suis plus que juste un éléphant.
Oh mein Gott! Yes? Hallo, 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 Friedrich Zoller.
This was me.
What?
When people would recognize you from YouTube.
And you're about just as unimpressed as she is.
I mean, I was impressed by you for other reasons.
Aw, thanks, baby.
You notice with the language French, it seems like they're having such a positive, like cheery conversation no matter what they're talking about.
Yeah, it sounds it's like a really pretty language. As a non-French speaker, it's just how it sounds to me. Oh, jeez.
Beweg dein Arsch ins Auto.
Oof.
Vous soyez venu. Je n'étais pas sûr que vous accepteriez mon invitation.
Ja, ruf halt den voraus, Fräulein Mimieux.
So she's actually a Jew living under another name. And he doesn't know that.
He doesn't know that, and he's like a high-ranking
Interprète français.
German officer.
Dr. Goebbels.
Combien de places dans la salle? 350. 350.
Sie haben selbst gesagt, Sie wollen nicht, dass jeder scheinheilige Franzosenbourgeois sich breit machen kann. Mit weniger Plätzen.
Creates the man, yeah.
Exklusiver.
Wahrscheinlich haben wir ein Monstrum geschaffen.
Ah, Landa, da sind Sie ja!
Le colonel SS Landa sera chargé.
Oh. Au revoir, Shosanna! I should probably recognize his voice too, yeah.
Nichts läge mir ferner, Herr Standartenführer.
Avez-vous goûté le strudel ici? Un verre de lait. Donc, mademoiselle, vous constatez aucune raison de vous inquiéter.
La crème.
Looks pretty good.
A été signalé que vous employez un nègre. Est-ce vrai?
I like how he was like not racist at all in Django, and he's extremely racist in this one.
Who did he play in Django?
He was Dr. Schultz.
Oh crap! He was. Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice him. That's horrible.
Il y avait une chose que je voulais vous demander.
Enfin, bon, ce ne devait pas être important.
I'd be more curious about how he would recognize her. Oh, Shosanna. She got a nice theater. I think the age of the theater is going to start dying out more and more.
35mm nitrate film was so flammable you couldn't even bring a reel onto a streetcar because now
interesting.
film 3 times faster than paper.
Nous allons faire un film.
Nice. Oh, you're talking about something else. So we're gonna make a different kind of film. Hey, there's Fassbender.
It says here that you speak German fluently.
Like a cat in German.
Yeah, that's Mike Myers, aka Shrek, aka Austin Powers.
3 days from now, Joseph Goebbels is throwing a gala premiere of one of his new movies in Paris.
Every time I hear him talk, I think of Austin Powers.
I know.
You didn't say the goddamn rendezvous in a basement. I didn't. You know, fighting in a basement offers a lot of difficulties.
He did a lot of basement fighting in Fight Club.
She'll make the rendezvous. We need you to make damn sure no Germans or French, for that matter, escape from that basement.
Amüsieren Sie sich, wir warten hier auf Sie.
3 Whisky.
3 Whisky, gern.
Ich dachte, hier kommen mehr Franzosen als Deutsche hin.
Aber die Frau des Oberfeldwebels da drüben. Sein vorgesetzter Offizier hat ihm und seinen Freunden den Abend freigegeben.
So they're planning the same thing?
Das ist kolossal.
Frau von Hammer. Bitte nur gerade vielleicht.
Ich hebe mein Glas auf die Größte!
Oh my gosh.
Was? Entschuldigen Sie, Herr Sturmführer, Sie haben einen sehr ungewöhnlichen Akzent.
Mit einem Vorgesetzten so unverschämt zu sprechen. Oberfeldwebel.
Ich mich vielleicht erkundigen. Auch ich ein sehr genaues Ohr für Akzente. Woher stammen Sie, Hauptsturmführer?
Ich kann mich voll und ganz dafür verbürgen, was der junge Hauptmann hier behauptet.
Wunderbar.
Wunderbar. I wonder, because I can't tell the difference in their accents, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, like, how close they are. We got people that are actually German that would be able to tell. So let us know.
Und wir haben uns lange nicht gesehen. Ich fürchte, Sie stören.
Yeah, there's no, like, easy way to be like, can you leave us alone?
Wie viele Gläser? 5. Für mich nicht.
3 Gläser.
Auf ein 1000-jähriges deutsches Reich.
Ein 1000-jähriges Reich.
Ich sage, ich habe genug von dem Affentheater. Das ist das Geräusch meiner Walter, die direkt auf ihre Hoden gerichtet ist. Sie sind so deutsch wie dieser Scotch.
Oh crap.
Herr Major.
Schnauze, du Schlampe.
Oh!
Wir wollten was sagen.
Eine Pistole auf Ihre Eier gerichtet, seit Sie hier sitzen.
Mir ein bisschen heikel zu sein, unsere Lage. Das ist wirklich schade um Oberfeldwebel Wilhelm. Falls einer von euch vorhat, am Leben zu bleiben, werdet ihr sie auch erschießen müssen.
These Nazi characters are quite intuitive. Like,
There's a special rung in hell reserved for people who waste good scotch. Now, about this pickle.
Auf Wiedersehen to your Nazi boss.
Oh!
cheese and crackers! Oh my!
Yeah! Oh!
Oh no!
Oh, Maximilian.
I'm a father.
Oh.
My baby was born today. What's your name?
Aldo. Little Max just grew up playing catch with his dad.
Oh.
Willie, what's with the machine gun? I thought we had us a deal.
We do have a deal. Now get the gun and go.
No trust, no deal.
Relax, Boston.
I was not expecting that.
British officer, blue is German, act and a Gestapo major saw it. You're letting your imagination get the better of you. Ah! You made this.
How the shooting start?
He ordered 3 glasses. That's the German 3. The other looks odd.
Oh.
Yeah, he bought the story, and then it was when he's like, try whiskey, or whatever.
The venue has been changed from the Ritz to a much smaller venue. Führer is attending the premiere.
Ich habe meine Einstellung.
A duck.
Okay, and she's participating in this because she's an actress and she's a spy.
She's actually like famous.
Bye-bye acting career, fun while it lasted.
You got a good how I broke my leg mountain climbing story. That's German, ain't it? Y'all like climbing mountains, don't you?
Can you Americans speak any other language than English? Germans don't have a good ear for Italian.
Well, I speak the most Italian, so
Italian.
I'll be your escort. Donovich.
I don't speak Italian.
Like I said, third best.
Ein österreichischer Jude, der in die Vereinigten Staaten emigriert ist, wie die Lage begonnen hat, sich für die Israeliten
Bringt euch den weiten Weg bis hier raus.
Das schaut mir nicht danach aus. Mir scheint, da fehlt jemand. Jemand Fashionables.
Oh. She's planning to like light them all on fire, and the bastards are coming to blow them up.
Je t'enfonce cette hache dans ton crâne de collabo.
C'est pas un collabo.
Marcel.
Judgment made.
So did she come up with this idea after this guy like started liking her, or?
Well, yeah, because he wanted to move it. The guy that likes her moved it from the Ritz to her theater.
Yeah.
That's when she came up with the idea to kill them all.
And this is absolutely fiction, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fräulein von Hammersmark. Also, was ist mit Ihrem wunderschönen Bein geschehen?
Bergsteigen versucht. Das ist das
Bergsteigen? Dabei haben Sie Ihr Bein verletzt.
Also ich werde es nicht wieder tun, das kann ich Ihnen sagen.
Wo genau in Paris ist dieser Berg? Ein bisschen grob. Wer sind denn Ihre 3 Fashion-Begleiter?
Antonio Margheriti und Antonio...
Buongiorno. Grazie.
Oh my gosh.
Corretto.
Correcto.
Ancora?
Margarete.
Un'altra volta, ma come?
Dominic De Coco.
Bravo, bravo. 4 non sarà troppo difficile di trovare.
Arrivederci.
I mean, they really do look Italian, so I guess they have that going for them.
Yeah, I like how he was like, you speak it the third best, and then his pronunciation was the most correct.
Yeah.
Arrivederci.
Je descends de sympathiser avec les cheleux. On récapitule une dernière fois. Donc vers le milieu de la 3e, tu descends, tu fermes la salle à clé, tu mets le feu.
So they're planning on sacrificing themselves?
They don't know that they're gonna block them in.
Walking with her broken leg.
Mademoiselle Mimieux hat mir gestattet, vorübergehend in ihrem Büro mein Lager aufzuschlagen.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
I mean, he knows her name was on the thing, and
I know, but he's just so terrifying that I don't know how it's gonna play out.
yeah, he like enjoys toying with them a little bit. I think that's why he was laughing so hard about the mountain climbing thing, just like such a preposterous excuse. Did the old Cinderella test. And he puts the coat in there, forcing her to hand the shoe or whatever it is.
Puffy.
Oh my God. See, that's what I was scared of. Oh gosh.
Produced by Harvey Weinstein. It actually is, though.
Why isn't smoking?
your hand off!
Clavier.
You Jerry banging Lindbergh smelling!
Alas, you're now in the hands of the SS. That English expression about shoes and feet.
Looks like the shoe's on the other foot.
The German's nickname for me is the little man.
And as if to your mission, some would call it terrorist plot, as of this moment is still a go. All I have to do is pick up this phone and your plan's kaput. If I don't pick up this phone, my dear, you may very well get all four. Let's discuss the prospect of ending the war tonight. Have to make a deal. Ooh, that's a bingo. We must
Oh gosh, it's me. Is that what you were thinking? Try to get through
No.
the movie theater.
Wait, so is he sacrificing himself?
I don't think she said what he was gonna do yet.
And it was my placement of Lieutenant Rains that assured their demise.
Ich habe den Führer informiert, dass das Publikum Platz genommen.
By the way, that last part's actually true. I want all the members of Operation Kino to receive the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Well, that's an exit though, right?
Yeah, out the side there. But I think they locked. I think there's doors down there too. Like.
Oh no.
Ce film ne vaut pas un clou.
Qu'est-ce que vous faites ici?
Tu dis que j'allais monter et faire ce que je fais. Vous embêtez.
Oh!
Frédéric, vous m'avez fait mal.
Après tout ce que j'ai fait pour vous, vous me manquez de respect à vos risques et ses périls.
Fermez la porte.
Ferme la porte à clé.
Pour la 50e fois, oui.
Oh yeah, you betcha. She
Yeah.
didn't even flinch.
Yep. Baron Zemo. No.
Take that, Sleemo.
Sleemo. Chimichanga Sleemo.
Uh-oh. Oh.
He just wanted to get some of that Jewish love. I get it, you know. I get it.
Holden, it's Hardman.
That wasn't even bad. That was. Oh! Shosanna.
Oh my gosh. And her boyfriend won't light it on fire until she gives like the sign or she switches it.
Well, she put it in already, so it should come up by itself. Those are cool. Like Assassin's Creed.
Champagne.
I have a message for Germany. That you are all going to die. Burned down.
Oui, Shosanna.
Oof. Yeah!
Oh my goodness.
I always love seeing Hitler die. It's this way he didn't go out like a punk like he did in real life. Yeah. Jeez.
So they were just gonna put the dynamite
Under the big four. Yeah! Yeah!
Oh my god.
We might have to censor that one actually. Oh,
So they still had it attached to their legs.
it looked like it, yeah. Did they actually kill themselves?
Ausgezeichnet haben.
Were you prisoners?
About my knife. I'm a slave to appearances.
Yeah.
Scalp Herman.
I made a deal with you, General, for that man's life. Will be shot for this?
Nah, I don't think so. More like chewed out. I've been chewed out. How about you, Udovich? You make that deal?
I'd make that deal.
I don't blame you. Damn, I imagine you won't take off that handsome-looking SS uniform.
Oh gosh.
Give you a little something you can't take off.
They're just really showing every part of that, aren't
Yeah.
This might be my masterpiece.
Just finished watching Inglourious Basterds. What did you think?
I thought it was really good. It was a disturbing film for the content. I can see a pattern appearing here with Quentin Tarantino's films. I kind of felt the same way with Django, like a lot of uncomfortable scenes, just like emotion-wise. In particular, in the beginning where he comes into the house and then we find out that he knows about the Jews under the floorboards. That was really uncomfortable. I mean, from the start it was uncomfortable, but once he figured it out, he was like so calm and collected that it's like, it very much has the opposite effect. Like, it terrifies me. Really, really uncomfortable. So there were several moments in this movie like that. But again, it's about a topic that is in our history. It's gonna be jarring. The acting was really great. In particular, the guy, I probably forgot most of the people's names, to be honest. Hans.
I just know it was Christoph Waltz.
His character was grossly charming. That's the only way that I can like explain it, because obviously he's a terrible person, but like if you didn't know that about him, you'd probably be like, this guy seems like a nice guy. I mean, he goes by like a name or a reputation, so obviously he's extremely horrible, more horrible than the standard SS officer. So knowing that, and then like his personality is just like charming, funny at times, very like calm. The only time that I really saw him like visually get out of control was when he killed Diane Kruger's character. He like lost it, and I'm surprised that they chose that scene for him to kind of explode, because we know that he killed people, but that really, for me, his anger and the truly dark side of him came out, and they displayed it the best during that scene. So I'm wondering why they chose that scene with her. The movie was really unpredictable. There was a lot of scenes where I was completely surprised. People that were in the Inglourious Basterds, that were in the bar, I did not expect that they were going to be killed. I didn't expect Diane Kruger's character to be killed. So I was really shocked. And then there was a lot of scenes that were hard to watch because they absolutely did not pan away from like someone being shot up, or like at the end they were carving the swastika in his face. Showed all that. So that was really, really hard to watch too. But I thought that the storyline in general was really great. I'm a little surprised and shocked that they had really these two storylines kind of on a railroad coming together that are gonna like crash into each other. You know, we had the girl that wanted to get revenge for her family, which really coincided with this other storyline of wanting to destroy Hitler in a different way, but it just so happened that it happened to be at her cinema. I thought the storyline was really, really great. The acting, in particular, Brad Pitt's character, Aldo, I thought he was fantastic. The funniest scene was where they're all like displaying their Italian accent, and Brad Pitt's character was absolutely the worst at it. That was so funny. For me, it was probably one of my favorite scenes. This material that is really dark on its own, but they had like comedic scenes too that kind of, you don't know, like, should I be laughing at this? Like, this content is really dark and disturbing, but you can't help it in certain scenes. In the end, it does help kind of balance it out a little bit. I thought it was really great. Not at all what I expected the movie to be about, but acting on par. I also found it like really interesting, just some of the scenes, and I don't know how like correct they are, but with the accent where he was like able to pick up that the accent wasn't genuinely German, like Birthright. So a lot of different scenes that were really interesting. I have to mention, I know there was like a lot of killing in this movie, but there was also a lot of like just talking scenes. And I'm not sure like if that's another like mark of Quentin Tarantino, if that's just like his thing. He has like a lot of talking in movies, but I thought it was really great. I don't think that I have any complaints about the movie. It was a little long. Again, I think it might just be Quentin Tarantino's films because Django was pretty long too. But other than that, I thought it was a really well done film.
Good, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I know in Quentin Tarantino's movies that I've seen, I haven't seen all of them, he does a lot of dialogue, but I think that Tarantino's specialty is that he can take just like on paper a conversation and just make it easy to watch, like make it really entertaining. I think part of that is having exceptional actors like Christoph Waltz playing like the Nazi. The opening sequence, even before we realize that there are Jews under the floorboard, it's just really, really tense and just really, like you said, uncomfortable. And it just goes further and further and further. And there's all this sort of subtext, like with the milk and him talking in French, I mean, like I've exhausted the abilities of my crude French, you know, can we switch to English? You know, knowing because he knows that there are Jews under there and, you know, just a bunch of stuff like that. So I think he's really like a master of that. And the whole sequence like in the basement of that bar or that pub is just a lot of discussion, a lot of people just playing cards, you know, that kind of drag out the movie a little bit. But I think if we were to suggest taking those out to kind of speed things along, it would take away some of the character of the film. Brad Pitt is so hilarious. I love that. I loved him in this. I love seeing Hitler just get absolutely demolished and massacred. Quentin Tarantino's done a couple of like alternate history type of movies where it's like based on real stuff, where they have, you know, obviously real Hitler, but then he dies like that in this movie. Maybe Earth 414, I don't know. Alternate universe. I like the idea of the Jews, like there being this subsect of Jews that fight against the Nazis. And in real life, there really was. There's a movie called Defiance with Daniel Craig, all about, that is based on a true story if you want to see kind of a real alternative to that one that not many people have heard of. I remember really liking the Defiance. You know what it reminds me of? A lot of the times, and this was in Django too, where Leonardo DiCaprio was like, why don't they rise against us? He's like, this guy was a slave to my father and his father before him, and he shaved my father with a razor. Why didn't they just kill us all? And then he goes into the pseudoscience of the 3 dots in the back of his head in Django. And in this one, similar, they're like, why didn't the Jews, you know, fight and rise up against and stuff? And it's like this gradual oppression, that one thing in and of itself isn't enough for like this uproar, and it's just again and again and again and again. It reminds me in real life, 9/11. Yeah, I bet you didn't see that one coming. So initially, when the planes were hijacked, they said that we've called your radio control people and that we've made a deal and we're flying back home in order to prevent the passengers from rising up against them because, you know, we just want to play it safe. It wasn't until Flight 93 where they had learned that, you know, several planes had been taken over and crashed that they were like, we're gonna have to, even though they're telling us this, we have to fight back. So I like those stories of the people who are historically oppressed. It's against their own religion to really be people of violence, to stick up and be like, nope, bear Jew hitting the Nazis in the head and stuff. And anyway, is that too much? Is that too much? I know we're used to being a little bit lighter on the channel, but I mean, we're talking about Nazis and killing Hitler. We gotta be able to talk more meat and potatoes. So all that to say, I really enjoyed that aspect of it because of the implications of real life. But anyway, solid movie, solid Quentin Tarantino film. What would you rate it?
I really liked the film. One thing I was thinking of, in this movie, I feel like a lot of small things like mattered. If nothing else, it goes to just the type of character it is. Like the milk fascination or how he was with his milk was like eerie. And the fact that they carried that on into another scene just added to like his demeanor. It created that like atmosphere, I feel like. I think that it was a good film. I didn't like it as much as Django. And I'm not even sure why, because it was a pretty good film. It's just, I really, really loved Django. So, but I don't have any big complaints about it. It was a little long. All in all, acting was really good. Brad Pitt was hilarious. I liked
Hans, yeah.
And yeah, I didn't even notice that it was the same guy. I feel awful because I didn't realize that it was him from Django. And I'm really becoming a fan of that actor.
Oh, he's great.
Because he is quite good. His ability just to be like, in this movie, like likable, even though you're a horrible person, like the dirt of the earth, is just on point. So I really, really liked it. I think I'm gonna go with a 9.
Solid rating. The last thing I'll say, when I first watched it, I wasn't sure how they were gonna go with it. I think that having Baron Zemo, his character coming in and really liking this Jewish girl that of course he doesn't know is Jewish, she has this resentment towards pretty much all Germans, and then especially Nazis because they killed her family. I thought that there would have been this interesting predicament for her where she would have been eventually fallen in love with him, because, you know, up until that very end there, he was really like trying to win her approval and win her love, and he didn't know why she was being so rejective of him. So I thought that it would have been interesting to have seen her fall in love with a Nazi, considering her past, and there being like this, you know, her feeling guilty for that or something. I thought that that would have been really interesting to explore. I will say that I liked how in the end, she obviously she never turned to be that way and ended up shooting him, but that she and her black assistant loved each other and were kissing each other, being affectionate. The two of them, a Jew and a black man, the lowest of the low in the eye of the Nazis, were the ones that killed them all.
Down.
So I think that that was a good alternative. I think nicely poetic, but I still would have, I thought that that would have been an interesting premise. Sort of, like I said earlier, Sound of Music-esque, you know, except that they loved each other and then he became a Nazi, but anyway.
I hear what you're saying, and my mind went there too, but then I also realized that that would have been the traditional route, I feel like.
Yeah.
That would have been very predictable. So I'm kind of glad that they made it like, no, she doesn't like him, that's just end of story, mainly because of who he is. But I like that they went that route. I'm a big fan of not going that traditional route where you're gonna expect a storyline like that. And I definitely agree with her and her boyfriend. I thought that was great. I also really love that it wasn't just her and him taking them down, but she decided to add in her little film, which was, I loved it. Just like the presentation and like the flames coming. Great. I'm glad that they added that.
Yeah, it's not like a Jewish woman to want to be right and let everyone know it.
Stop it
I
right now.
I can say it's not anti-Semitic. I married a Jew. I can say it. It's fine. But yes, I agree with you. I think that this route was the better route because, like I said, I was expecting that. Still would have been kind of, wouldn't have minded exploring it.
I agree.
But I think the route that they went is okay. It's not anti-Semitic. I married a Jew. It's fine. It's totally okay. Oh, my rating. I would rate this probably an 8.5. I think very, very solid. I agree. I think I enjoyed Django a little bit more, but this one was really good. But of course, we would love to know your comments down in the comment section below. How did you feel about Inglourious Basterds in comparison to Django? Because those are the only two that we've watched together so far. The portrayal of the Inglourious Basterds and those Jews and Brad Pitt's character and all that, just the whole thing. Let us know down below. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a like. It does help the channel out a lot. Subscribe so you'll be notified next time we post a video. Check out Patreon. You can get early access to select videos and you can watch the full movie along with us too. You'll just need your own copy of it to do so. You gotta sync them up. But as always, Jen and I appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care.